Good morning and what's going on, my friends? Welcome to another Subi Shays video with me on a beautiful morning. Hashtag Team Ball Blade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. Come on in, throw me a Subi smile, and all I've got to say is squad goals. Thank you so much for clicking into our shave and for joining me. Hopefully wherever you're watching from today, you're drinking something delicious and you got a big smile on your face. Come on in. Hopefully you're ready for a shave. I know I am. Oh, I'm really excited. Today's a special day. We're going to be talking about a razor that's coming out that I know everybody's super excited about. The Proof razor, right? This razor right here. This is going to be releasing here at the end of October. And I am absolutely thrilled to have the opportunity to showcase, spotlight, and to do kind of a first hands-on impression shave with you all today. I am super excited. This is a half DE razor blade, a pivoting razor that it kind of released in a format that looked like this, right? It had magnets in the back. That has been changed now. They have gone through, Andy and David over at the Proof company have really engineered and redesigned their product based on the feedback that they got from the community and the people that purchased their original Kickstarter razor, right? Their original product was done on Kickstarter, and what they ended up doing was kind of going back, looking at their drawing board, and what they ended up saying was, that was a great concept, right? High proof was a great concept. This is proof of their concept, right? This is proof of the design and proof that it's a great idea. I love the razor. They've gone in, they've made massive improvements on several categories. And today we're going to talk about some of the categories, some of the things we can look for and expect coming out from the company later on. And we're going to be doing the dome shave, of course. Oh, I'm super excited. And for all of you out there that don't recognize me, right? We're going to talk about it, but I had to do the face shave because that's what we did with the original High Proof. I wanted to see how this compared. And I'm telling you, I had like 30 days of growth. I had not shaved my beard in so long, right? I hadn't even done a buzz cut or anything on it. So I was just going crazy. So again, just a kind of a caution, precursor. It's not the best. I tried to get all of that off camera, right? So nobody has to see the gross parts, but you can see here, it took it down and it did awesome. Again, massive shout out to Andy and David for sending this out prior to the release, which will not be done as a Kickstarter. This is going to be just straight up opened up as a portal and sold. The products are ready to go. You can see, look at the scallop cap here. Oh, this is awesome. They've increased the magnet capabilities. You can see that this is absolutely like a little more grip, right? So that you can get in here. It just, every little detail is absolutely thought of and thought out. I love that the blade tab corners, right? These things that you snap off, they're encapsulated. Look at this. You can't fill them. Did you see this? I just noticed that. I love that. There's some special things about this razor too. There's like a little insignia that says made in Montana up in here. I love this. I think it's awesome. Again, it comes with a stand that is a dual purpose. You can either set the razor like this or in this, right? It can stand up both ways. A lot of things about this are well thought out, well engineered, well designed, and I want to talk about it today with you on channel. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Thank you again for being here. Today, as far as lather goes, I grabbed myself some caffeinated shave cream from Pacific Shave Co. This is a product that I have run out of and I had just not repurchased it. And I'm very, very excited. Today, I got it in the mail from Amazon and I was like, we're going to run with it. I love this product. It's a great product for me. I use it a lot as a pre-shave product, but it works nonetheless as a just a regular shaving product, right? Look at this. I mean, come on. I did that with you on channel so everybody could see how I did it, right? But this is just shave cream. I just poured it right in there and whipped it up. It really whips up nicely. I like this stuff. I've always liked it. I just kind of ran out and that's why you stopped seeing it on channel. I hadn't repurchased it. So I'm excited to be using this. And again, we're using a Mojo brush. And that's what I used today to whip it up just because I like that brush. Nothing else. Oh, this is going to be great. I'm super excited. This is a product that I have used very, very, very extensively, right? The High Proof razor is one that I've talked a bunch on channel all about. I love this razor. It was a razor that uses the magnets back here to adjust the amount of stability of the head. What ended up happening, and we're going to get into this, we're going to talk about it. What ended up happening is the company started looking at doing other materials, right? They're like, well, what if you do stainless? What if we, the other thing people mentioned was, as this was being depressed, some people thought it was too heavy and other people thought it was too light. And magnets are really hard to dial in, right? As far as how much pressure you're getting, where springs are not. So what you'll see here is, yes, this has an exposed spring, but if you touch your hand like this, you can't feel it, right? So 100%, I'm going to be transparent here. I've heard from many people now that are seeing the design. They're coming to me, right? My DMs when this released, the webpage release, went insane. People were going crazy. They were sending me like every hour of the night saying, hey, have you seen this? Is this real? Is this legit? What's going on? Is it a rebrand? Is it a redesign? What's happening? Did they get taken over? Is the page, down? What ultimately ended up happening is this spring can be changed, right? We can do a heavier spring, we can do a lighter spring, and it allows them to adjust that depending on if they want to go with a different metal, which may or may not be in the works, right? They are looking at doing other metal types, which it's honestly really difficult to adjust stainless steel, right? That really heavy metal. If you want a spring, right, is going to be really easy to adjust the pressure for. So if you're looking for a standard pressure type for each different metal, springs are going to allow for that. The other thing that is spring is going to be is it's an American-made spring, and they made that very clear to me. They said every part of this razor is going to be produced, manufactured in America. That's very important. The razor itself is made in Montana. Mine did ship from Ohio. I reached out to Andy and said, buddy, what's going on? Why is this shipping from Ohio? It's because it's a subsidiary shipping. It's another company they own. They're shipping through, right? So you may see that. He said some of them may ship that way, but everything is being done in Montana. I just wanted to be very clear, transparent about that. The razor itself is more aggressive for me than the original counterpart. You can see the scallop cap here. It feels like it's more depressed than the original one. And I don't want to do this as a direct comparison. I'm not going to do the battle shave today. And the reason why is I really want to get in here and I want to experience this for itself, right? How it feels in the hand, how it shaves by itself without having a direct comparison. Even though I've used that razor a ton of times and I know exactly how it compares. Ultimately, this is a heavier razor because they made it solid on the bottom. It's a longer razor, you can see. They made it longer because a lot of people said this was too short and they wanted a little bit more weight. So this is 30 grams versus the 20 grams. So it's not a ton heavier, but again, other metals could be on the docket as far as things to do. I love the way that the razor feels as far as the shape and design. They said that, precision is really something that they've tried to focus on. And I feel like this feels like a precise product. I do not mind the spring as far as the actual utility of it, right? You can't feel the difference. If I were to hand me this razor, hand me the high proof and say, how do they shave side by side? I don't think I could tell you one was magnetic and one was spring driven. I really couldn't. This one did have a small squeak. I noticed it had a squeak out of the box. I WD-40 just one drop and the squeak went away. I hate squeaks. I'm just one of those people that counts. So with squeaks, I try to, I avoid squeaks. So I just WD-40'd it. And I asked him, I said, have you had any squeaks? Said, no spring should squeak. So just something to know if you're looking at the razor, right, and looking to buy one as it releases, that may or may not happen with the spring versus you won't have that with a magnet, right? I love, like I said, it's fully encapsulated. I love that it uses half DE razor blades. I think that's really nice. And it is shipping with half DE razor blade or full DE razor blades that use snap, but they are made in America. And I did reach out to them. They said very similar, if not identical to the original Persona Lab Blues that they shipped with, but they are being made in America, which is a great blade. And if that's what this is shipping with, it does say, but it's unstamped, right? It doesn't say Persona on the top of it. So just some things to know about the razors as they ship. Again, I thought this was really nice. You just twist this and it comes right off. But I love that it comes with the ability to do both. I think that is just really nice. Every part of this feels really well thought out. And my buddy reached out to me and said, is this like, a back step for the company? I don't think it is. I think it's a complete forward step because it really embodies a lot of the concepts and things that we said we wanted to see. I understand why they kind of moved away from their original, and I like the new logoing. I think the logoing is really cool. Let's get in here and start some shaving and keep talking, but I like this. The face shave alone was ultra buttery smooth, but it was kind of hard for me as far as the amount of growth. So I apologize for everybody out there watching this and they're like, why did he do it this way? The reason why is because I really wanted to torture test it. I wanted to see how it performed with that much growth, because a lot of people reached out on the last model and said it didn't perform close enough for them. I wanted to show you guys, you can take it down with the razor, no problems. They have done extensive testing, and I really appreciate that about Andy and David, the guys that are manufacturing these. They are the ones manufacturing them. They do own a machine shop, and they do all of their own work. So they stand by the product. They've used and tested the product, and look at how smooth I am. Did you see how easy this was? Again, this for me does feel more aggressive. I'd love to try it with some derby blades as they have increased the efficiency. I like the spring. To be honest, as far as the actual feel on the skin, maybe not aesthetically, I don't love the spring, but as far as the shave, man, that is sweet. They were not kidding when they said dome shave glory. Wow. Now the face, I struggled on one spot and one spot alone, and that was underneath my nose, as other people that shaved their face had mentioned. But as far as underneath the nose shaving, that's partially just my fault because I don't really shave my nose very much. So I did the weird face and I was able to shave my nose. So I feel like for me, it was just kind of learning to apply the product versus the product having a downfall or a kind of a limitation. I had no problem getting a BBS. I just had to figure out how to do it in that space. Man, that is sweet. That is smooth. When you compare this to products like the Broman that just barely released, right? I love that this one does not have glue holding the base plate on. That for me, that's a make or break situation for me. I like that. Now this does employ only magnets to secure the blade. This is one of those razors where there's only magnets. You don't screw anything together. Because of that, they have gone to a ton of effort to make it do this. It will not come off. They said their goal was to be able to drop it or tap it on the countertop or a bathtub, for instance, and not have it come off. So you can tap that if you even have like a buildup problem, right? And I did show earlier in the face shave video that I was getting a little bit of buildup in one spot. You can just tap it now. You can tap it. That head cap is not coming off. I know a lot of us are kind of scared of the head cap coming off, right? You've had an issue, the early model. And I think part of the reason why they've done a full departure and a complete change to their brand is because the razor really, they tweaked it. They made it a completely different situation. Did you see this? Did you see how fast that takes it down? And that was the thing is on the ATG stroke, that is a very nice, easy driving razor. I am not doing a ton of pressing, but I am letting the razor do the work for me. I am using the pivot and I am kind of putting down just a little bit of pressure. I am applying pressure. I won't lie. There is some pressure there and it's killing it. It's super sweet. And this is the one razor this year that I saw, right? As soon as they went live on their, Facebook, or YouTube, or Instagram. Apologize on that one. They posted on their Instagram and I was just doing backflips. I was so excited and I hadn't heard from them. They kind of went quiet, at least for a minute. And I was like, oh no, what has happened? And then they posted and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. Is something going on? And then what ended up kind of getting, apparently, my text message was not reading their text messages. They were texting me to let me know the things to come. And man, when I got a hold of them, we kind of sat and chatted. I honestly, I've been counting the days to shave with it. And I honestly think a lot of people are going to love the razor. I think if you don't like pivoting razors, maybe not the razor for you. It does require the pivot in order to shave super close. Whereas some razors with pivots, you can kind of just not use the pivot and it still shaves well. This one, you want to kind of use that pivot, really engage it. Look at this. Oh my goodness, that is sweet. I'm going to say it right now. I think this is one of my favorite all-time head shaves as far as the amount of work I have to put into it. I like that. The efficiency is there. It's close. It's comfortable. Again, this is a first look on the razor. I have never used it before. It's my first time. So I kind of going at this as, like you would your first time. From my first time, I like this. I like this a lot. I like that there's some blade fill to it. Now, I think some people may not be accustomed to the blade fill, right? If you're coming from the original, you are not going to be used to this. It's going to have a little bit more blade fill to it. At least this one does. For me. And that's on my skin. Again, YMMV as all things. But on my skin, it feels a little bit more aggressive than the last one. But I know a lot of people that reached out and said they wanted a more aggressive razor. There you go. Take a look here. You can see we're not getting any buildup. Again, that was on 72 hours on the dome. So 72 hours here, 72 hours here, 72 hours here. Really, really good shave. very comfortable. I mean, look at the closeness here. Yeah, that was awesome. It was fast, it was speedy, and it was really comfortable. I can see when Andy reached out to me, he said, I think you're gonna like it. I think I like it more than I like it. Talking about close, easy, and that was just with shave cream, right? And I like a razor that you can pick up and you don't require all the accoutrements and all the skill, right? And I love that about the high proof razor. You get rid of some of the stuff, some of the other things, some of the side items. When you just want a fast, close, easy, no effort kind of shave, yeah, that's sweet. I like that a lot. I had no problems right here. You can see this spot usually gives me some grief. Yeah, no issues. And as far as like my face, it's really close. Look at this. Really, really nice. Really, really close. Very comfortable. Yeah, that is, wow. Nice. Look at this. Look at the spots. Yeah, look at, like this one. Oh, what? Huge shout out to Andy. Massive thanks over to David and the Proof team, man. Talk about a razor that is coming out. It's going to be available, and I think it really, it sets a high caliber and a high bar for other razors in this category, right? This half DE pivoting style razor is not for everybody. I will totally be honest about that. It's not. But I love it as a head shaver. It makes shaving so much more comfortable, and you're not chasing angles. You just sit there, sit at the surface, and go. Yeah, that's going into automatic daily routine. That's a rotation item for me. Let's grab a little alum here. Let me show you this. Let me get this on like this. Let me show you guys this. This is sticky. It's sticky. Oh, great shave. Grabbing ourselves a little of the splash. Today we're doing Doppelganger Gray. I just wanted something that smells amazing. My wife's gonna come home. She told me this is like her favorite way to kiss me is like this. She has no idea this has happened. I did it. I did it without telling her. So I'm really excited to have the smell she loves. And Doppelganger Gray is Creed Aventus, right? It's a dupe. Drive her nuts. Drive her wild. That's an awesome shave. Wow. That is coming out here shortly. Huge shout out to the Proof team again. I love the box. I love the box is magnetic, right? Kind of a fun little twist on the original. I love it comes with the soft cloth, right? It just feels very premium. And again, I asked them and they said the price point, I know a lot of you are saying, I need it. How much is it? The price point is going to be the same as the original. They said that they're doing a ton more work, a lot more fabricating, and it comes with more stuff, right? Out of the box. But it's going to be the same price. So I think they've gone to a lot of effort to make that happen. And I really think this is going to be a home run for a lot of people out there looking for kind of an autopilot, no effort, no energy, and really no skill-driven shave. This was great for me. Huge shout out to their team and massive thanks to you guys for making this channel special and making it a place that people want to come to. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't, please go below, smash the sub button. Let me know in the comments that you enjoy the shaves and the content. I do. I spend a ton of time and energy into it, and I don't do that just for me. I do it for you guys. So thank you again for being here. And until our next shave, I'm going to get out and enjoy a beautiful, absolutely BBS level Proof shave. And I'll see you in our next one. Subs!